What's up YouTube? It's Young Men's Daily Red Pill. Before we get into this video, make sure you now let's dive into the topic. Alright guys, so what I wanted to talk about today was the whole 6ix9ine situation with his baby mama that you might have not heard of. I know it's not really important news, it's Hollywood and celebrity stuff. I could really care less honestly, but I wanted to use basically a Hollywood situation and something and a celebrity that we all kind of know for the most part. If you are in pop culture at all, if you know a little about 6ix9ine, or maybe you've seen this guy, this is a situation that we can take from his life and potentially relate it to other men's situations, whether they're in the red pill manosphere right now or they're currently looking for answers to a certain issue with their baby mama and they come across this video. The article reads, Tekashi 6ix9ine baby mama says he's still an absent dad. He blames COVID-19. Tekashi 6ix9ine has been out of prison for weeks now, and his baby mama says he's still ghosting their kid. But he says that's not what's going on at all. The rapper's ex, Sarah Molina, tells TMZ, just like before, Tekashi has shown little interest in reconnecting with their daughter, Soraya. Sarah says she wasn't expecting him to change out of nowhere, but she's still disappointed by radio silence. She is grateful, however, Tekashi's mother is actively trying to keep the bond alive with his little girl, right? You see how they twist that right there? We'll get into that later. You see how it's not her fault, it's automatically Tekashi 6ix9ine's fault. I'm not going to say Tekashi's completely innocent from the situation, he's not. But they're making it seem like by saying she's actively trying to keep the bond alive with his little girl is just it's a lie, it's not true. Alright, it goes on to say, Sarah says grandma's been in close contact over the past month or so, coming over to see Soraya in person number of times. It's interesting, Sarah says Tekashi, it's interesting, Sarah says Tekashi, while incarcerated, reached out to her mother to set up a neutral location for his mom to meet Soraya. That apparently went off without a hitch. But Sarah says right before 6ix9ine was set to be released, his mom cut off communication and went off the radar. So why has Papa 6ix9ine been MIA? No homo. Sources close to 6ix9ine tell us the only reason he hasn't reached out and attempted to connect yet is because he wants the coronavirus pandemic under control first, as he wants to put his child's safety first. We're also told Tekashi is claiming Sarah's begging to get back with him, suggesting he's afraid she's using their daughter as a ploy to reunite. This is true, in my opinion. We'll get into that. That might explain why he's anxious to get custody arrangement hammered out in court, according to Tekashi sources. For now, Sarah says Tekashi's mom is still welcome to visit her granddaughter, but a daddy-daughter reunion seems to be on the back burner. Alright, so we have a lot to talk about with this article. Basically, I'm not excusing 6ix9ine's behavior at all and the reason that he's in prison, that he went to prison for a little bit of time. But what I will talk about is how the media twists things, and it's really nothing new, honestly, guys, at this point. So we have this situation here with 6ix9ine, his baby mama, and what we get out of the story from this point of view is that Tekashi's a deadbeat dad, and he believes that they basically make it seem like he's making an excuse to not visit his daughter because of the coronavirus, and he's using that as an excuse, alright? When in my mind, I believe that 6ix9ine is actually just not wanting to be involved in that relationship anymore. And he understands that if he gets himself involved with that child again, baby mama, being around the baby mama, being around that situation that he tried to avoid, that can only lead to negativity, and it can only lead to worse things happening in his life, okay? He understands that he's already dealt with this woman in the past. This woman was notorious for going on Instagram Live with other rappers as they bought her things, while they were still in a kind of relationship or whatever. And she did this. She was blatantly disrespectful. I'm not excusing Tekashi's behavior or whatever, 6ix9ine's behavior. I'm not excusing that. But I'm just saying she has gone out on her own and done these things in the past. And a lot of the time, the media will only portray the baby father, the father of the child, as the deadbeat dad, when in fact, yes, he did choose to sleep with this woman and have a child and not necessarily be a part of that child's life because of his decisions in life or whatever happened. But she also chose to basically be intimate with this guy, knowing that he was going to be a deadbeat dad, knowing that he most likely wasn't going to stick around. I mean, just look at the guy. He doesn't look like he would be a great, someone that you want to settle down with a family. He doesn't even look like he's mentally all there. We know that, all right? We know that about this guy. But she chose this man, and what happens is the blame is always shifted onto the man instead of, listen, lady, you chose this man, okay? I'm sure she had good men that wanted to be with her. Like I talked about in my last video in the 90-10 rule. Women are able to pick from the marketplace they have the whole selection of men from the time that they are 17 to, I should say 18 before I get demonetized. From 18 till they're 28, they have the picking, sometimes even in the 30s if they look really good. They can get with any man they want, any good man they want. But most of the time these women will decide to settle down with these types of guys like 6ix9ine, like other drug dealers, other criminals, other thugs, other bad boys, or wannabe bad boys I should say. And then they get upset when they get burned. I have an issue with this because this is how a lot of men are portrayed in society, all right? A lot of men, even growing up in a single parent household, I'm not gonna say that my mom completely portrayed my dad as a bad man or whatever, but you hear things and you grow up thinking a certain type of way sometimes, and maybe not all the truth is always there, and you're only getting that one side, one perspective, based on the mother's side, based on the parent's side that you grow up on that side of the family with. And you're not hearing both sides, you're not hearing the two sides of the coin, because there's always two sides of the coin. And in this type of situation, I do believe that this woman is using the child, Soraya, I believe, to kind of like be a pawn, okay? So she's using this child as a pawn, keeping her away from the father, 6ix9ine, until he's willing to shell out either money or come visit and finally give in to her demands and give in to her and eventually fold, all right? And she's going to continue to press him and keep the daughter basically hostage, literally can keep the daughter hostage away from the father, which we all know with the statistics on single parent households, especially with mothers, they're not good statistics, guys. I think it's like 2 times the suicide rate, mental disorders, their education levels aren't as high. There's a whole plethora of different disadvantages they have as soon as they go out into the real world, all right? And I faced these things, but I was able to overcome it, thank God. It frustrates me when I see this because I understand that there's an agenda out there, and the agenda is to manipulate, it's to deceive, and it's to continue this cycle that men are an issue, that men are the real reason for deadbeats. It's unfortunate, but a lot of the times these women will actually they would rather sleep with a man in order to get a check, and they basically view their daughter as just an expense, all right? And that's the sad reality of it. She's literally a paycheck to that woman, because when he had a child with her, he was on his come up still. He wasn't the 6ix9ine, the rapper that ended up getting a lot of fame and a lot of clout. He was still on the rise, and what she did was she decided to still spread her legs for this man, even though he had a history with gangs and he wasn't the smartest man. But we continue to completely just blame him for this when she had the ability to choose other men throughout her entire life. It didn't have to be this loser guy, all right? It didn't have to be him. But she chose this man. She's using her child now, their child that they share together, in order to manipulate money out of him, in order to get him to come back into her life and their lives, just for a check. Literally, this is just for a check. All right, he's about to go to court again. She wants that check. I think he just signed a contract, so of course she's gonna want him to come back into the life of the daughter. Anyways, I just wanted to ask you guys. I don't have any children of my own. I'm not planning on having any children of my own. If you've seen my videos, just because of the way things are in society right now, it's not for me at the moment. I was just wondering if any of you older guys, have had this similar situation happen to you, all right? Where maybe a baby mama, an ex that you've had children with, has kept your child from you, okay? Has she kept your child from you, and has she kept them from you, you believe, in order to either get money or manipulate you in order to have you come back into a relationship with them, not the child, but the woman that you were dealing with? Has this ever happened to you? Let me know. All right? I just wanted to throw that out there. I know a lot of you guys do have children or have had children in the past. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. There's a lot of older guys on this channel. It's probably like more of an older red pill topic that we could talk about. I appreciate all you guys for your support. Make sure you subscribe, like. More videos to come. I kind of like using this whiteboard, so you guys keep letting me know if you want to see it. Till next time, it's Young Men's Daily Red Pill. I'll be back with more red pills for your tummies every day.